Hello and welcome to the Shoebox Poets live poetry reading. We will start off with you. I want to burn with you and feel the flames, burn away your edges, meld us together, being set ablaze by your smile as we touch. And this was used for a poem, for a word prompt, and it's basically burn was the prompt. And some of these word prompts I do is, as I said before, you only post one poem for to enter it. So that was what I came up with for that poem. And in a deeper thing about this is it's just my inspiration was basically thinking about how a piece of paper or a match, when you light it, how it burns away all the things it consumes it. So that's why I was thinking about the burning flame eating away at the paper. Next one is called Is the Storm. How calm is the storm in your eyes? Beneath the ocean of your iris. And this is another one. So these were basically short word, for word prompts. And the word prompt was eyes. So, and this next one's called Because Your Eyes. Because your eyes tell a story of being brave in your darkest moments. So between those two poems, I talked about the calm of a storm, and then talking about a woman or someone being brave. And this is, it's taking those 2 points. I try to, to switch up things when I'm doing those word prompts. This next one is the poem that's actually on the back of the book of Drowning in the Iris of a Woman. This is the poem that I put on the back of the book. I happened to go to McKay's bookstore up in Nashville and started going through the poetry books and looking at things that people were doing. Same thing on Amazon, just going through and seeing what other people had done with their books. And I happened to come across a few that had the poem on the back of the book like this. And I'm just like, well, cool. Hey, I want to do that. So it gives you basically a peek at the poem that's inside the book. So, but it's only, half the poem. It's not the rest of the poem appears in the book. And this one, even though the book is called Etching on the back, but it's Where I Got Lost is what the name of the poem is, even though. Etching those eyes where I got lost. So many times when we meet. She was burned into my mind, etched into my soul with every kiss that graced my lips. And I was drowning in those flames, setting my passion ablaze every time I touch you. Unquenched emotions seemed to race through my veins with the touch of your hands. I felt your heat as you lingered, tracing your fingers along my edges, setting them on fire. As you weld your body to mine, letting our chemicals mingle, stroking the embers as we built our romance from the sparks of a glance. And I was looking at that from a perspective of someone, you had that love at first sight kind of thing. So here I see this woman, or whether it's me or somebody else or whatever, just being in that situation where you immediately latch on to somebody because you look them dead in the eyes, or you see their eyes, and there's something that's there for a moment that captures your interest, or just a certain way that person looks that makes you feel like you have a connection and wanting to know this person more on a deeper level. And this next poem is called A Mosaic. And the next poem actually goes into that because they're both word prompt poems. And sometimes those word prompt poems, it says like I will do them for the amount that they got to be. Sometimes it's like 50, 40 words only, and you can only do it once, or you can do multiple. And sometimes I would do like a double stack in there of the poems and the word prompts. So here we go. A mosaic of memories run through my mind of how we used to kiss. It was like that as I sit here watching you kissing someone else forever. And this is how sometimes you see somebody, you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you happen to see your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend, and you're there, and they're kissing somebody else because either one, they know you're there and and they know you're watching, so they want to show out, or two, basically they're oblivious to you being there. So, or in third case, it's like you like somebody but you haven't told them how you feel, and then you're just sitting there watching and you're doing a glimpse of us kind of moment. You're like, oh god dang. Oh. So the next one's called Mosaic of Dreams. Mosaic of dreams fade, drift away, and die. Like the feeling of your touch upon my skin is just an echo of things as they should have been. Only a specter dwells beneath my skin, reenacting those feelings of my desire for you. And you kind of had those kind of emotions where when you break up or you go through a breakup and you miss that person, and you want, and you may not, depending on the situation. A lot of people have like different thoughts and stuff, but so you kind of miss different things. And as time goes along, so you find yourself, you don't miss the person. You just miss the things that were there that you got used to. You got used to being able to be close to somebody and touching them, and not being subconsciously knowing about it, or the feel of them, especially when different things. This next poem is called "How I Struggle." I don't know if this thing's having issues, but we're going to carry on. But this one's called "How I Struggle," and this will be the last poem. Fighting and losing ground because of your toxic grasses fixed me tight, and I'm lost in you no matter what, and how I struggle to overcome those lips and thighs. Drag me further down a long rabbit hole of darkness. Every step I take, I find myself slipping, stumbling back into your arms in the madness of your sex. And the venom of your kiss poisons my mind where I'm transfixed on your every word. Like some wayward religion I have bared to my soul just to survive by being nailed to the cross, or nailing to your cross. So basically, you're in that, you get stuck in those feelings that you have from somebody. So check out my friends Sarah Aikenhead and Bill Miller over at Casting Into the Flames podcast. Aria, Brian, and Alberta with their Reiki. As things are in the description down here. Jenna Jinx for her Jenna Jinx portraits and her stuff, and my friend Dwight Kirk and his solo dolo and his game scripts. Just check it out over on YouTube. But y'all have a good weekend, and I will see you next Sunday. Have a good night.